So, hi. Since you haven't attended the last class, I will briefly talk about what we have talked in this video, and I will share my screen. So first, I will talk about the things on the PowerPoint. So basically, the last class we talked about Matplotlib, and we talk about the bar chart, pie chart, and histogram. And this class, the lesson 4, we have talked about scatter plot, which is just a continuation of what we had talked in the last lecture. And the first is like how to install. So basically, what you need to do is just type install matplotlib. So basically, I will try to show the desktop. Okay, show the desktop. I already showed the desktop. And with the launch, for me, I'm a Mac. So I go to Launchpad, I can find terminal here. And in my terminal, I can just type second pipe install matplotlib. And it will install it. I have already installed it, so it says like I think it says like already satisfied the condition or something like that. So basically that's what you should type. And also if you have an anaconda instead of just have like if you use Visual Studio, then you wouldn't need Conda install matplotlib. But if you use Anaconda, then you probably use Conda install matplotlib. And then you can also like get things like collecting package metadata, and it will tell you that your package has installed successfully. Okay, so that's the second part. Sorry. And also, if you use PyCharm, but probably you don't use PyCharm, so you can just skip that part. Go to Preference, and then go to Projects Interpreter, and load that. So it takes a second to load that. And then you can go to Setup Tools, the Setup Tools, and then you can just input matplotlib, and then install the package. Also, you will also need NumPy install package again. I will not install because I already installed that. And also Pandas, which we'll also use later. Pandas install. And if you use this, then you will also like get a notification that says that you have installed successfully in green. And if you use Anaconda, I don't know which one you use, like this, you need to open the Anaconda Navigator. It will take a second. So if you don't use it, you can just skip that part. I'm not sure if it's like taking a long time, because I haven't like opened that today. Okay. So I think it's going to be came out. That's successfully doing it. So yeah, this is Anaconda Navigator. So for someone who uses Jupyter Notebook or someone who uses Spider, we can go to the environment and just choose not installed or like choose all. And then probably if you have already installed it, then you just install it. But I think all is the best because you can just search everything in all. So NumPy, and I have already installed NumPy. Let's see. And you can just like click on it, click on this thing. So like if I have, if like just for example, this is this is a matplotlib, for example, or like NumPy. You can just click that and choose apply, and then you will have that. I've already installed, so I cannot like demonstrate that part. And then what we have talked about, like basically different function in matplotlib. And so matplotlib will talk about the plot function, color, line style, label, marker, and talk about the title function, talk about S label and Y label function, legend function, show function, grid function, style function, and you can just type in this to find the documentation on matplotlib. For matplotlib, that's several chart, and also we have actually talked about histogram. Wait, why this is not showing everything? I need to renew it properly. But that's a bit weird. Some picture just didn't came out this time. Oh, yes, came out now. It's great. Okay. So plot, we have different plot, and we have like talk about how to format the strings, which we will see the code later to know more about them. And this is the markers, line styles, colors. I will talk about that later. Style, different style, go outside, and skcd, which is a specific function that is making things comic-like, which is really interesting, just like this. Or like this graph, it's just like a comic, skcd comic. I talk about bar chart, pie chart, color reference, briefly, and also histogram, sky plot, which we have talked in lesson 4. Color map, I haven't been talked in detail, but it's also something that in lesson 4. And I think I forgot to send the link to the group chat, as I promised to do so. Okay, so I will see the code. I would not like coding now, but I will just basically go over that. I think. I would not like code now, but I will just basically go. I will just go over that. Matplotlib and whatsoever. So basically, first we write matplotlib. From matplotlib, import py.plot sdot. Also, we can also write import matplotlib dot matplotlib dot py.plot py.plot as plt. It works just the same. So both of them are found. From matplotlib, import py.plot as well, or import matplotlib dot py.plot as plt, import numpy on mp, which is not, it's importing bar chart but not for the plot. So we'll talk about the plot first. So basically, we need to specify the x-axis. So if we have like the x-axis is age, so we have the y-axis as friend number. We can first like I will start a new file probably, I think. So file, I'll create a new file, which is called it's called this name. So import matplotlib dot py.plot as plt, and then we will have the x-axis, which I can just use the one from here. So for the x-axis, we can have the age, like age of students or something like that. And for the y-axis, we can just that it becomes the number of rounds the person have in those age. Oh, oops, I didn't copy the right things here. So copy it. And then what we can do is we can just write plt.plot, and the x-axis is age, and the y-axis is friend number. Oh, sorry. And Then if we run it, we would not be able to see anything at all because we have missed something which is called plt.show. And then we can run it again and we'll see the graph that it's not in detail at all. So we have this, but we don't know like what is on the x-axis and what is on the y-axis. So what we can do is that we can label x and y. So plt as label. So h, and y-axis, y label. It should be number of friends. And also we can add title with plt.title. Title, which call like number of friends by ages or just anything that you want. Number of friends by age. Okay, run it again. And we can see that we have the title, we have the x-axis and y-axis. What we can do more is that we can like, you see that we can change the label or marker. Here's what another thing we'll do is that I would just add another y value, which you can basically plot them in a graph together. So plot, we just copy paste the statement and change number here to 2. Run it again, we can see 2 plot. So we have the problem is that we don't know which one is which. Although like we can see from the number, but it can be really confusing. So what we can do is that we can label it. So plt the legend, and we can write like age. No, not age. Like the person A for the first person and the person B for the second. Like this is the first person situation, this is the second person situation. And run it again. So we can see that the blue one is for A and the blue one is for A and the orange one is for B. And that is like it is easy to do when we only have like 2 numbers. If we have like 10 or like 100, it's really hard to track which one is which, and when you change the order, everything would just be really messy and you need to retype that legend again. So that's not what we want. What we will want is that we will label it. So label that to be like person A and label that to be person B. So here we can just leave an empty parenthesis and we can run it again. So what we got is that we will see still the same thing. So we can use a label and also like here we see they're in like the normal straight line, and also they have like the random default color. So we can change them actually. For example, we can change the color to be purple. We can change the color to be it has a lot of different colors. So from here we can choose say what now we like. So this color, probably will choose much more special one, but we'll just first like try with just purple and red. First, that like pretty much what happened was this. Oh, sorry, like here. I will run it again, and what we get is that we have the purple for the first one and the red for the second one. And for the red, we can also write the short form R. So we have the red one still. So like blue one, we just write B, which also gives the default blue one. And then we can try some much more interesting color. Like here on the PowerPoint, we can see aqua. Wait, what is it? Aquamarine. And also like for the second, we can use a color which called probably like dark Taurus. And we will have the special color. Also, we don't really need want to write color. We can also like write what's color reference number. So here we can use the index here. So it's like 30F2AB, We can also do that, just like Google, like have color, and then you can find the color that you want and use that. Oh, that's like so similar. So what I can do is that I can just have this color. Also like it's loading, so before it's loading, you also can see that we have like a template, this color, a lot of different colors that you can just type the name there. But you need to remember that we need to put them into quotation mark. You cannot just write color equals to blue, but color equals to quotation mark, blue quotation mark. It's important to remember. 不要进来可以吗？不要进来说话，出去。So like we can choose different color and we have the code here. Probably like this is a color you want and you can just copy the codes and put the code like here to in the like quotation mark. And we can print out this color. Also choose another one. Like like this one. So you also have the color number here. Also, like you can use RGB color. It is the same. Because like just use the hex code here. And let's try to print out it again. So we have this two color, and we have the other thing that we can do. So what we can do is that we can change the marker, and also we can change the line style. So now we don't have any marker on our graph. We can't see any, but we can add like marker. I think I'm probably so marker. We can have a point marker, and for the other one, probably we can have a pixel marker. Now we can run this again, and we can see that it has a point marker. And now they have a pixel marker, which is so not obvious. So I will change that probably to a like triangle left marker. So we can have a look at it. This is like a triangle left marker. We can test with several more. We can test it with like a square marker, and also another with the hexagon marker. So we have a square, we have a pentagon here. You can just also try to test with different ones. And also we have the line styles. So now we all have the solid line. So we know like solid line style is just a default value. And we can have several different ones. So line styles equals to, for example, dots. And also line styles. We also have line style, which is a dashed line. So line styles equals to dashed lines. And we can run it again. Let me check with the. So we have. Probably I would change that first. I will check with that later. And then we can run that line styles. That line style. Let me try that. Sorry if I made a mistake. Yeah, it's line style. Sorry for that. So the first we have like a line style, which is this, which is a dotted line style, and also we have another which is dashed line style. You can see that they're different, so we can just test with different ones. But the default one is a solid line style. And that's the part about the format, but also we can do something as well. We don't need like all of them, but we can just change them to some much shorter attributes. command. So we can just write that as like solid green. So there's a solid green for the first, and also can be like the dashed green. In a short sentence. Also, we can add a marker here. Marker, which is O. So we have the marker, we have the dashed line, we have also the green color. Then some people found this like really blurry, so he wants this right out. So it depends on like wow. So favorite. There's no really like a right answer. Something you can make different ones for different purpose. And then what we would do is we would just use the style. So just copy paste the style command here. The first, before we like use the style, we can check what style do we have. And we just write plt.style.available and it will print out all the available style. So the solarized light, classic text patch, BMH, classic style background, fuzz, so and so on. And we'll use them. We can just call plt style and use. So we can use like the first one, like which I think is a really dramatic one, is like dark background because it's white before. So now we can dark. And also we can use like classic and so it looks like this. And also which one called 538. 538. I think a lot of people use that, but I don't quite get why it's famous. So 538 look like this. And ggplot, you can just try to change and use different one. ggplot. Now we have ggplot. So ggplot, you can see there's a grid, but if we just use the other like I don't know, like BMH, so that has a grid. BMH also has a grid, so probably dark background just specify the color. I don't think it has give some value to the grid. Okay, yeah, dark background. So, but we can add a grid by writing a command which is called plt.grid. Then we can run it again. So we have the grid everywhere. And we can also comment out that and we will not have the grid. So I think that's basically all about, oh, there's something that I missed is like plt skcd, which I have talked about that before in the PowerPoint, that you can change that to a comic-like graph. So if you have some informal situation, you can use that. I'm going to comment this out and run it again. So it is what it looks like. It looks so cute. And also, like this is about the speed, it's about skcd. And also another thing that we can do is that we can save the fig. So plt save fig. And what's the date today? It's November the 12th, so I can write like November 22nd today. November 22nd, figure, map, or live, something random, and something that you would like, and just print out that. Then we can find that probably, let me find that. I don't know what okay, I think it's on desktop, but I think it's on desktop for me. Also, like you can specify where do you want to go by putting the path before it. So basically that's all about that. But also like another way that you can do that without say fit is that you can just run it. And I think for the most IDE, you can like zoom in, zoom out it, and then you can save the figure just by click save and like with 3, 4, 5 and something, and then .png and save. But what you should remember that when you zoom in and then save that again, what you have been saved is not the original one, but the one that has already zoomed in. So if you might like miss some content or something that you would like, so you need to like try to adjust to the best window and then save figure with this um, the save function on the graph window. And then it's about the next, which is the bar charts. So for the bar charts, what we have already go over, let me find the live polling that we have done in the last lesson. So what we have done is that we can just change PLT plot to PLT bar, but what we find is that it is not a side-by-side bar, which is more commonly used, but it is a segmented bar. Sometimes we use segmented bar, so it's understandable. Yeah, I need to like delete the function for the line because it is no longer a line. Now I think also I need to line style here. The color could be kept because it also have different colors that we want. Oh, I forgot to delete marker, also delete that. So you should really remember to delete everything. So this is a chart, but it doesn't really like get what we really want, and also like they just stack on each other instead of like being completely segmented, but it's like stacked on each other. So I think what you need to do is just add a base, base which equals to from now. I think I'm not really sure about that. I haven't talked that in the last class. I will try to check that later and send you later. So you can add something like just specify where it will came. It will start to be bottom. Yeah, it is bottom. So basically you can write bottom from none. Then I think then the front num 2 will stack on the first. Yeah. So it's stack on it. That is the segmented bar chart. It looks a little bit strange, so I would just delete the SKCD now. So yeah, now it is segmented bar chart, and also the grid is super weird. Just delete that too. Okay, it looks fine now. And then also what we can do is that we can do a side-by-side chart instead of a segmented bar chart, but this would be like a little bit complicated. So what we need is that you can see what everyone coded last time. First, we need a wax, and then we need an x indexes with indexes. Origin. So I'll copy the same words, and that is the like the width of each bar, and also we need a x indexes. Here we can just delete the button. I have already deleted that. And also then what we do is that we will like specify the width in as an attribute of the bar chart or like plot bar. And also so x indexes, that is the place that is like the middle place of that bar. So you need like add width or like minus width to make it move to the left or move to the right. So I think I can just copy those here to save the time. So copy those to save the time here. So you should remember like what has been in here. This should put next to ages because it has its age. NumPy and range. I haven't import NumPy as NP. But you don't need to use NumPy. You can like you have already take the class. Take this class, you can see that how can you change it to a list and without using the range function. So, but using a range and NumPy will be much more easy. So that is our bar chart. The color looks ugly. Really, it doesn't really matter now. And also we can do like minus width, which that bar will be on the other direction. So yeah, here that is a place that is like the numpad rounds. That's the number, the place of that, and they can add width to move the position a little bit left or like a little bit right. And because we have specified the width of each bar equals to width, and also the distance that it moves equals to width. So we can just make them close to each other, but also we can like try to make a little bit more. 0.1, for example, it has a separation between them. So that's what basically we can do. And I think that's pretty much about the bar chart. Also, like, I think something that I have talked in probably his here. Let me talk about that. Or I have like talked about like plt.tile layout. So for this, I can do like tile layout and there's also I can do tile layouts, but it doesn't really make a difference for a lot of laptops to see that. So it's not like something really serious, so you can ignore that possibly. And then it's about the pie charts, which we have talked about last time. So I think I'll just expand that without line coding first. So here, like, we can just specify different slides. So we can like do the slides like percent, but you don't have to. You can specify the number also. So I will also like again. So so what I would do is that I will also like again create a new file, Python file, and pi. So like again import and then slides. You can do like body 16 and then plt.plot, plt.py, plt.py, and slides, plt show. Now we will see a really brief graph. So just like this, it's like super boring. But again, it's the same that we can add x. We can write like what should be for each slice. We can use like what we can do is that we can specify the names with labels, so we can do like label. We can write the label in the attribute, but we can like write it first. So probably that's shelf A, shelf A. And we have another is the shelf B, and here we can write label. Well, label's a label. I'm just trying with both of them. So label, I think it's labels. Labels, and around that. So we can see that it has label. We can still do like title. So we go title. Sure. And it will show the title again. And we don't need to like write 40 or 60. You know, it's like if we have like 80 people here and we have like 120 people here, we can just like write like this and it will be the same. So it doesn't have to be percentage. And also like here we have a more complex example. We have this group and we have them with different colors. So we have the attribute which is called colors to specify those colors. And we can delete the explode first. Explode, delete that. And shadow, probably not delete that, I'll just comment out that. So explode. Comment out that the plt.py, and we have the slides, and also we have the colors equals to colors here. And I'll run it again, which is called pi. So we can see the one with different colors. Also the labels that we have already talked about. labels. So what's more we can do that we can do explore function. So if it equals to 0.1 or anything is larger than 0, then that part will be like a little bit separated from the middle, so it's not like stick together. It is a function called explore. So here we do explore equals to explore the list of the separation. We can run that. What we will see is that D, we specify that to was the explode of 0.2 and as a explode of 0.1, so it's not stick to the middle. And what we can also do is that we can let it have a shadow to make it much more beautiful. It's just some aesthetic operations. But you probably need them because if you want to make the graph you use as beautiful as possible, sometimes nothing else is possible because you have certain guideline to follow. And also this auto pick. This is a bit hard to remember. Like you have like 1% sign down 1.1, but it can be 1.11 every 1 to 2 decimal place, 1.1112 decimal place. And what you should also remember is that it also have like another percentage. That's so like this 2% is to specify that we want a percent, and 1.1f and percentage means that we want a 1 decimal place percentage value. So we can copy that and just put that here. So what we can see is that every shell of the group has been shown clearly with a number on it. And also we can check the start angle. So we can run like that. So like here we can see that it arranged like group A is here. So the first group is like 0 degree to the horizontal line. So like 0 degree. So basically, but we can move that to like 90 degrees. So what we do is just start angle equals to 90, start angle equals to 90, and we can run that again. So what we get is that it starts 90 degrees. You can also do like 270 or just any number, any degree that you want. So here it came to this place. There's something that you can do, and also here we have this wedge props. So you can change the edge color. So now we don't have the edge. So now we have the edge color. Copy paste that here. I'll just type wedge props equals to edge color. You need a quotation mark. Edge color. And it can be any color like red. You can run that and we can see that it has a red edge. So it's like pretty much ugly, I would say. Because I use the red, but we can use like black or something that looks nicer. So that's basically about the py dot plot. And what we can see py dot pi. And next is the histogram. So we have, let me create another file for histogram again. So new and file, so let's so what we talked about the last time is first like and we need an x-axis for the value again, just like everything. So we have the hours. I don't want to like type it again. It takes a lot of time. And also for because it's histogram, like you don't need to really like set by the y value. And number of students. It shouldn't be number of students, but like the hour, the range of the hour and y axis. It should be the y axis should be like the number of person. it doesn't really it's like a little bit problematic. But I will copy paste that first. So X label should be number of students, right? Y label. It should be hours. It should be number of students, number of students by hour. That should be correct. And then we can just use the plt.hist statement to do this. We have talked about plt.plot, plt.py, plt.bar, and now we have plt.hist. We can run this statement. We have already specified the edge column. Not this one, it is hist. plt.show. Sorry for that. We always need to remember that this plt.show, otherwise we can see nothing. So we put that in the which color. We can also change that color to run it again. It's all the same. And what we also do is that we can specify the number of bins. So I think the default value is 10 bins. We can make that like 20 bins. We want that we don't have 20 students. I feel. So we can make that to 20 bins. Only. Then we can also make that to like 2 bins only. 2 bins only. That's basically what I get. We can also like specific the range of the number that you want in each bins. So for example, we know 1 from 10 to 20, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Then we can make a list of bins with different range. The bins equals to bins here. We run it again. We can see that's from 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Also, we have the value from 0 to 10, but we weren't able to see here because that's a range that we choose to show, so we wouldn't have that. Also, yeah. So basically, that's what we can do, like color, edge color again. That's similar for log things. The bins we can both like specify the number of bins that you want. The default value is 10. Also, we can specify the range you want from 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, or something like that. And some values that fall into the bins that is not in your range will not be shown. So that's basically what about the histogram and color reference, pie chart, histogram, style point is what we have talked in lesson 4. So I think you have already seen it. So I think you already understand that. And the project is just create a program that takes the user input and creates line graphs based on the data they input. Make sure to include input for the number of set of data, as the Y data, label, color, line style, or like line type. But basically, if you use a function, it's called line style, and the marker. And also, we need like ask for X and Y axis names, title names, and show the legend. So if you have like any question regarding this, then you can try this yourself. So if you try that and you fail, just send me some message, send me an email again so we can talk about that. So yeah, that's basically what we have talked about today. Marker line color, you can follow this. When you don't want to write marker equals to line style equals to marker equals to the import, the different chart. That's all. I think we have probably like at the time we have like 7 different notes in the chart that I can't find them because I don't really like think I can find the chart. But yeah, I think if you have any question, just ask me. Or probably map for web documentation can help you. We have like this documentation for pie chart. We have this link for the column reference. And we have the link for MapBoy documentation at the very beginning, which I will send that later. For my stream, I have the link. Thank you so much. And just reach me out if you have any more questions.